All right, let's talk one more time today. This will be our fifth lesson, just kind of refresher on things. I'm using the Xcode iOS Sprite Kit template, and we're going to talk about enum types today. I'll just put that wherever. Okay, put that anywhere. Get rid of your game scene.swift file. Let's get rid of all the garbage that comes included. Actually, not all the garbage. Let's go. Let's even leave it in our touches began statement. Get rid of everything else I'm getting rid of over here. Okay, so I tend to think of these kind of like fancy bool statements in a way. With a Boolean value, you only got true or false. With your enum types, it's kind of similar. So it's just basically saying things are going to definitely be sort of one way or another, I suppose. So let's say we got current state, right? We're going to put in here case, and let's say one value would be main screen, another value might be details screen, another value might be the game itself. Let's put that in there. And then what we would do is come over here and have a variable inside of our class of our state of game. And the type of this is going to be current state, okay, just like what we wrote over here. And then we would say you can repeat back current state, or you can actually just get away with putting a dot in here, and then you'll see that it starts to fill in these values over here. So when I kind of make the comparison of them being bool values, you can see that we're sort of basically just defining only these very specific things that these can be. So it's sort of a limited number of stuff, but it's not as limited as just true or false, on or off, whatever. So when we first start the game, might be at the main screen, right? And then what you could do is, and I left in the did move statement, not the did touchdown. That's what. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused over here. Ignore what I just said. You can make this just be the default value for it, or you could do this, in your did move statement, you could, change it up over here, whatever it is. But the main point of this is that, it's organizationally now. Let's say in your touchdown statement, you could kind of break this all down to doing different things at different times, right? So you could say that, if state of game equals dot, and again, let's say main screen over here, then we're going to do this, and of course we could do an else statement over here, detail screen, and what you could consider doing is even kind of just pushing anything that's inside of these out to other functions anyway. So you might say then function touched screen main screen, right? And you'd probably want to pass into that the CG point value, right? Because that's sort of the important thing over here anyway. So this would be POS CG point, right? So then do the same thing for each one of these. This is going to be detail screen. This is going to be game. And then, of course, you just, do your function call. And so it's basically just taking the position that got passed into here anyway, and then you're pushing it back out of there. But then, you've got, kind of this nice tidy little area where you can go off in three different directions, and then down here you might have all sorts of number of if statements for whether or not the position was over top a button, over top certainly if it's in the main game screen itself, you don't know what's going on there. You have 20 different things that happen based on what you touched, where you touched, everything like that. So that's really kind of, the main thing I want to talk about with these enum states. You can get raw values out of these. You'll notice that we didn't actually assign any value to them. But in doing so, basically this was 0, this was 1, this was 2. But, we don't really need to know what those values are. But, you could I mean, you could print state of game dot raw value, and it would actually give you whatever those values were. You can too define something other than just the default. So if you put in here something like main screen equals 6, you could actually leave these as is, and this one would equal 7, this one would equal 8, like that. And you can. I mean, you don't have to use string either. You could, so you could do something like, main. I mean, but then we're starting almost getting into the thing where, what's the point of this? Like, why would we really, use these? I don't know. Just kind of the variable name itself, or the enum name itself, sort of just defines what it is. So we don't really need the raw value from that. So yeah, that's enum types for you.